What's up, everybody? It's your local hero back again. Another episode of Cigar Lounge and Podcast. Right now, we got a special guest in the house from Exile Cigar. I'm sorry, tobacco in my mouth. That was embarrassing. Pause. From Exile Cigars, we got Stogie caught right here. Alex Martinez. Yo,
What's
um,
happening, man?
I'm chilling, man. Let's get into what now. I'm smoking a digger, as you guessed at the beginning. As everybody should know, what this is. What are you smoking?
I'm smoking Exile Cigars, what we call our orphaned smokes series. This is the Chunky Dunk. It's our second small batch release that we came out with. It's a
Okay.
Maduro Nicaraguan 60 ring Perfecto. This one is the box press version. We have a round and a box press.
Okay. I definitely might have to do the round. Oh, you know what? I do smoke box press. I'm not like I do smoke
Yeah,
box
you
presses,
got no choice. You're
but
getting both. You're getting both.
okay.
And you get to smoke because it's the same cigar. One is box press, one is round, and they smoke different.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah, but you know
notice
what?
that.
Okay, yeah, because I don't. It ain't the fact that I don't like them. I do get them. I just tend to go to it round more. I don't know why. I don't know why.
My
But
favorite part about a box press is it doesn't roll off a table when you put it down on the edge.
you know what? You sold me
It
on
shoot,
box
it
press.
shoot, it shoots a Lucarian, man.
you you sold me on box press. So let's get into your cigar journey now. What was your first cigar? How did you get into the lifestyle?
All right, so my first cigar was back in July of 1995. Uh,
Mm,
never smoked cigarettes,
okay.
and we graduate the police academy. The guy that I used to carpool with was a cigar
Mhm.
guy, and he gives me a Romeo Julieta, uh, and I go, "Nah, thanks, man. I don't smoke." He says, "You're gonna today." So that was my first cigar,
Mhm.
and I was hooked ever since.
I ain't
So
gonna
I've been
lie, that was
smoking
my
every day.
first one too. That was the first one I had. Romeo and Juliet,
Yeah,
1875.
that's
First
it.
one I had.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of people's first. I don't know why they don't. Nobody. They don't just ease you like they didn't like. Here, just try this light one. They like, here, take this medium, shut the fuck up, and from there we
Hmm.
gonna start throwing this heavy shit at you.
That's right.
So
Warm
now
you
where
up.
we,
Just warm you up.
you know, so where were you a cop at?
Newark, New Jersey. I
Mm,
retired uh, back at June 1st of 20,
mhm,
25 years on, and I was started managing Main Street Cigars in Woodbridge, New Jersey, because
mhm,
obviously it went I went all in on the cigar thing. I've been
mhm.
all over the world, and on every platform you can imagine that deals with cigars. It was my passion. So when I got the ability to manage a cigar shop, I said sure. So this is my retirement gig, and then it evolved even further into I said, what am I going to do? Am I going to eventually open up my own shop? I don't really want to do that. And then my son, who also works at cigar shop, he said, "Well, why don't we do our own brand?" I said, and I did thought about it for about 2 minutes, and I said, you know what, let's do it.
Since you pulled in my arm.
Yeah, yeah.
So now you get into the cigar business. Now I, it was like a no brainer for you because and eventually that's what we were looking to do. Try to do our own brand. But right now we having so much fun talking to you guys and figuring out how to do things and everything. So what shops are y'all in? Are y'all in any shops or you just online or how do you?
Yeah, no. So, and our theory is, being that I'm a manager at a cigar shop, we're strictly brick and mortar.
Uh,
I will not sell cigars on Exile Cigars, because that defeats the purpose of what I believe in, and that's that the brick and mortar is the life of blood of this industry. Um,
uh,
so I'm in, actually, this is my home shop, Main Street Cigars, Fume Cigars. Both There are two shops, the one in Bloomfield, New Jersey, and the one in Fairfield. I'm
okay.
in Casa del Tobacco in Newark, which is a relatively newer shop, and it's a Fuente Lounge, gorgeous, gorgeous, brand new building. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Uh,
Then I'm also in Cigar Room in Fort Lee, New Jersey, and
Okay.
Cigars in Rio Grande, which is way down south towards you. You're out of Maryland, right?
Yeah.
So Wildwood, if you know Wildwood, Rio Grande is the exit off the Parkway that brings you into Wildwood, and Cigars there was where I launched Chunky Dunk
Okay.
back on August 6th. So
So, I did you now? How did you build these relationships with these guys to get into the lounge?
well, Fume was my home lounge before I started managing Main Street.
Hmm.
Um, my son works at Casa del Tobacco in Newark,
Okay.
who also has a relationship with Cigar Room in Fort Lee.
Hmm.
And the T-shirt I'm wearing now is the JCL Jersey Cigar Lounge. It's a group that began in the lounge next door at Main Street. Two of the guys there started a Facebook group, and it evolved from there. And that's how I met Frank, the owner of Cigars in Rio Grande. He's always been a big supporter of JCL, and we exchange ideas. And yeah, a lot of people think, oh, everybody's competing, and no, you know what? We don't compete. We actually help each other out.
Hmm.
He'll call me up and say, "Hey, I ran out of this cigar. You got any? Yeah. All right. Can I borrow a box until my order comes in?" And that's how we keep things rolling.
Yeah, I mean, I do part time at the Tinder Box around the house, and I see that too. Like he sent a lot of cigars out to different shops who can't necessarily get the cigars.
Hmm.
Um, I remember when I was in school in Pittsburgh, I went to this one lounge, and he was like, "Oh man," I was just talking to him about his lounge. He's like, "Oh, if you like my lounge, you'll like this lounge and this lounge and this lounge." And I felt
Yeah.
he's like, "It's not a competition. Like, this is a brotherhood." He's like,
Exactly.
he's like, people are going to come here to smoke, so like they're going to go there to smoke. Don't
Yep.
he's like, go explore the lounges,
I
and
tell you,
that's what I do. Like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I got a taste of the area you're in because I did the DC cigar tweet up a couple times,
Hmm.
and we visited cigars in and around the Washington D.C. area, Maryland, Virginia. A lot of great shops down there. A lot of great shops.
My only problem with DC though is there's hardly any parking.
Yeah, none,
Because I like
none.
in Bethesda, I like Cortez because they sell their own brand cigars.
Hmm.
But there is no like you have to park in the bank parking lot, and if they're closed, you okay. But if they're open, you
Yeah,
gotta
not
kind
so
of get in there
much.
and get out.
I uh, I miss Civil Cigar Lounge. That was just a great place to go hang out at night, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, outside of your cigar lounge, what is your favorite lounge to visit?
Wow. Now you put me on the spot, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So I excluded yours.
okay. So the answer is going to be world famous cigar bar in Cape Coral, Florida. And the reason it is because if I'm visiting that shop, that means I'm at my other house down in Florida. So I'm happy. So that's an easy way to get out of that.
Huh?
You
Hey,
know what
I'm
I'm
not
saying?
mad at that. I'm not
But
mad at that. So so let me so you were a cop. Have you ever found yourself smoking a cigar with a guy you arrested? Like, hey, I remember I busted you 10 years ago. He's like, oh yeah, let me buy you a cigar.
you
Like,
know
have you
what?
ever?
Mm, I can't say that I have. No,
Uh,
I did. Happen to arrest a kid I went to grade school with the one time. Um, but he was cool with it. He knew he was doing something he shouldn't have been doing. And now
yeah.
listen, I'm always a believer in. Doesn't matter what the situation is. You treat everybody with respect. You treat people how you want to be treated,
Uh,
and never ever ran into a problem. You get the people that they don't care. They want to they want to get away with what they're doing. But like I always, I taught at the police academy too for a couple courses here and there, and I always told the new cops coming in, say, listen, don't take anything personal. They're a criminal. Their job is to do crime and get away from you. You're a cop.
uh,
Your job is to catch them. So when they run, it's not, that's their job. They're doing their job. You just got to be better at your job than they are at theirs. And that
true
that
that.
would solve a lot of people. People take things personal. It's not personal. It's just business, as they say.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true. That is a good way to look at it. That's a really good way to look at it. So let me ask you a cop story. What is the craziest thing you've seen on the job?
Craziest.
Craziest.
Um, so there was a television show that they were trying to do. It was kind of like After Cops and stuff. I was a sergeant at the time, and I was the field boss on a midnight tour, and I'm driving around with this person from this show,
Mm,
and there was these two kids in an Acura driving. It was a stolen Acura, driving like madmen,
mm.
and they crashed into like a 1972 Cadillac. Poor guy was just sitting at the light minding his own business.
Not the
Um,
72.
the 72 Cadillac, yeah,
Oh,
they smashed it. The wreckage of that Acura was so bad that literally there was car parts for about 2 blocks. An axle with a tire made it on the roof of a two-story warehouse half a block away. That's
damn.
how hard they hit that car. Yeah. And I mean,
Damn.
yeah, they were filming, and it wound up. The show never came out. Apparently they had some issues with the politics and stuff like that, so they canceled. They never aired the show. I thought that was going to be my big moment. I was going to make it big. I was going to be on TV, but never made it out to TV. But that
And
was
see,
crazy. That was wild.
I'm originally from Chicago, and they wouldn't let them shoot cops there
Mm,
because they didn't want to take, like, you know how cops work. They only gonna
yeah.
show the ones that you catch,
Hmm.
but they didn't want to draw that much attention. So they say, "Nah." Our old mayor was like, "Nah, you can't come here. We
Yeah.
can't do that."
Yeah. That's
So
that's what our mayor said too, and then the prosecutor's office got involved and said, well, we're going to want to edit everything, and finally they said, you know what, never mind, we'll go somewhere else.
I mean, yeah, after they done this, really ain't gonna be nothing. Like
Hmm.
it'll be probably like a 2 3 minute show after all the editing.
And now everything's on body cam, so you can get it for free.
What? True, true, true
Yeah.
that. They probably got a. I think they put those on the web too, don't they? Like you go to a site and watch it, right?
You can, yeah. Certain departments do it, or you can request, certain footage or what have you. But yeah, it's definitely out there now.
I don't want to be caught on a body cam. Last thing I need is a person seeing my face stuffed into a state car, and I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
no,
Hmm.
this is I'm going for big time. And start crying. I don't need that.
I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'm coming.
Oh, it's going. This is it for me, guys.
Yeah.
so so what is outside of your cigar? What is your favorite cigar to have?
Wow. All right. So, money not an object.
Might not object.
All right. If I'm the richest guy in the world, the cigar that I would probably smoke the most of would be the Padron 80th anniversary Maduro. On a pension and a salary, I can't afford to smoke many of them. Because I mean, they retail here in Jersey at our shop for I think like $35 a stick.
Mm,
But I got to tell you, man, I've smoked a lot of cigars, and I give Padron their props because that cigar, in my opinion, is one of the best cigars out of the box that you can ever.
mm,
There are other cigars you can get to be better than that if you age them for about 4 or 5 years,
mm.
but out of the box, Padron 80th anniversary Maduro. That's the thing for me.
I got a couple buddies I normally talk to. They're New Yorkers, and they like, man, we go to New Jersey or Connecticut to get cigars. They said the
Mhm.
The New York tax is crazy.
75%. It's only 30. It's only, listen to me. It's 30% in Jersey, but it's 75 in New York. So we're really close to Staten Island. We're like
Hmm.
one little bridge away, and we get a lot of people from Staten Island come over here and stock up, um, get their fix in here, and hang out, for the day or whatever, and then head back. One of our employees works in Staten Island. A couple of our members here at the members only lounge next door are from Staten Island because there's no place like this over there in close proximity.
Mm. I mean, if I normally I drive to different cities, different states actually to go to the lounges, and once I'm out there, I'm hanging out. So I'm not
Exactly.
I'm not going to buy a cigar and then coming back. No, I'm hanging out.
Hmm.
Like I will be there a while, and it's crazy because the cigar lounge could be as quiet as a library, but you will not be bored there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You'll mess around being there for like 4 hours. Like, oh, I was here that long?
Yeah, exactly. Time. It's almost like you enter like this weird, time free zone when you're in a cigar shop. And trust
Mm.
me, I've gotten in trouble with my ex wife, my current wife, because I say, yeah, I'm only going to be a few minutes. 3 hours later, um,
Yeah,
she's like, what
yeah.
happened? I said, you know what a cigar shop is like. You lose track of time. It's worse than the casinos in Atlantic City, man. You just lose track of time. There's no clocks on the wall. You're just sitting there enjoying this beautiful thing. You got camaraderie, you got conversation, you got a game on or whatever, and it just time just goes away. There is no, I gotta go.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it doesn't. Sometimes you do
Yeah,
go like this. Oh my God, I gotta go. But yeah,
I've actually sat there, and you know what? You know what? Because cigar lounge is just tricky. Y'all are tricky. Motherfuckers will tint the windows. You be
so you
sitting
can't
there
see what time of
smoking.
day it is.
Yeah. You be sitting there smoking, and next thing you know, you go outside like, damn, where the sun go?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's why I started one of the cigar lounges I used to go to. They used to have like a little a cover over the window and
Mm-hmm.
then the lounge part. I used to keep that open just in case. And I said, oh, sun going down. All right, guys,
Time to go. Time to go
time
have
to
dinner.
go. Because
It's
if not,
like when I was
I'm
a
there
kid.
till you
You
close.
better be home before the lights come on.
Yeah. If I'm there and I don't see that, then I'm gonna be there till close. I might close it down.
Mm-hmm.
Because my buddy's done it on plenty of occasions.
Oh yeah.
Now, with your sticks, are you planning on going to any like shows or anything? Because I know they got the boutique expo coming up in Tampa. Like,
Yeah.
you plan on any shows?
I started a little bit too late to get there. I want to have my core lines out because right now the stuff coming out is small batches. I think the biggest one to date was about 1,200 sticks. This next one I have the new one that's going to be coming out. It's going to be called the Skinny Dip. Because if you ever
Okay.
heard a Spanish person talk, they never pronounce a word that begins with the letter S. With the S,
Mm,
they always put an E in front, like S stop,
mm,
S Steve.
mm,
So it's going to be the S Skinny Dip, and it's going to be a Lancero, and
okay.
you'll be getting a couple in the pack that I'm sending you.
Okay. Okay.
And that's going to be, I think, 1,600 cigars. Of course,
Okay.
the hardest cigars to sell are the ones that I'm going to do the most of, but that's just the way it is. It's a great size. I love it. The cigar is fantastic, and hopefully we will have Core Line, the first one out in the first quarter of next year. Once I get into that position and start getting into a few more shops, because there's only so far that I can stretch out. 1,200 cigars. How many shops am I going to give? 200 here, 200 here, 6 shops. That's it.
Yeah.
Uh, but and I try to take care of the shops that supported me. I got to support them. So if they got a
Yeah.
following for it, they're going to get it, and then everybody else will get it out on slowly. But once I get the core lines, then we'll definitely look at doing the boutique association. Um, the big one, PCA, probably not for a couple of years. I want
Yeah.
to really have my feet on the ground, and because it's a not listen, it's a huge expense.
It is.
And unless you're able to capitalize on that expense by having, the inventory and the ability to supply what's out there that's
Mm.
going to want it, it doesn't pay to go there. So I got to be
You know.
I got to be in a different stratosphere by that point before pull the plug on. Let's go. Let's do PCA.
Yeah. I know because my buddy he owns. I actually know the owner that's in the box, and
Mm,
when they go there, they actually brought back a lot of cigars that they tasted at the PCA. So I
hmm
feel you like you got to be like ready because you might get a lot of demands and you don't have the
Yeah.
supply for it.
Right. So I want to grow organically, slowly, and surely. First, and forgive me for not saying this sooner, but thank you very much for having me on your podcast. This is
Oh
actually
no,
the first podcast, as far as Exile Cigars that I've
you
been
yeah,
on,
don't.
and
It's not. It's not
this is
gonna
how I
be
want
your
to grow.
last because I got a couple people that do podcasts that I'm gonna put you in contact with that'll love to talk to you.
All right, fantastic.
So I
That's all.
definitely hook that up.
And they can always call one of the shops or call talk to me here at Main Street. We ship. I'm sure a couple of the other shops will be shipping as well. And
Uh-huh.
if there's a local shop in their area that wants to give it a try, let me know, and I'll send some samples down for them to try, and put them on the list. I'd love to I'd love to get my neck my so I started in Jersey. What's when you grow like this, you got to hit PA. New York is a tough market because of the
Uh-huh.
tax. So but I'd like
Yeah.
to get into New York, and then you're looking at Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, that area going down, and that's how you grow and you expand that way. So
Yeah.
that's what we're looking to do slowly but surely, and organic growth. I don't want to grow too fast because then you're put in a bad position when you either can't supply product or you're putting
Mhm.
out product that shouldn't be put out, and I don't want to be in.
Put out the shit product. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We trying to rush to catch up to it.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And definitely want that. Like,
So
you know what?
you're talking about the the that rushing thing. That's one of the things that I really like about La Flor Dominicana.
Uh-huh.
That digger's a hard cigar to get. You can't find them that often. Why? Because they don't rush things out. That cigar's got to be right when they send it out, or they don't send it out. And
Yeah,
it puts us in a because we get the customer. Oh, when are you going to get them in? When are you going to get them in? I said, listen, they're on order. They have sell no cigar before it's time. When it comes in, it comes in.
yeah,
They're not putting out shit product. They're waiting for it to be right, and when it's right, they'll ship it out, and you'll be happy for that.
yeah.
As opposed to getting something that's not ready.
So I'm glad you said it because now that brings me to another question. Because now that brings me to an interesting question. Well, not an interesting question. Maybe more of a statement. But it's one bad cigar could fuck up the reputation of your cigars, no
Hmm.
matter how consistent you were.
Yep.
One bad cigar is like being a coach. One
Hmm.
bad season will wipe out everything that you did before.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I get that because I've had cigars. Now see, this is my thing. Though. I'm not like regular people. I'm not brand loyal. I try everything, which I'm glad I did because at having this podcast, I met a lot of cigar makers and I've had some really good cigars that I think can contend with the good guys. But I give you two opportunities because it's always that you always got to allow that one. Like you be like, maybe the humidity wasn't right. Maybe you know what I'm saying. Maybe it's a
Oh yeah.
cigar. And then I try it again. If it still tastes the same, then no, it's the cigar. But I don't.
Hmm.
I try not to judge off the first. I'm like, nah, I'm not going.
Sure. And listen,
Unless it's
everybody's
good. If
different.
it's good, I do judge. If it's good, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom always said, don't if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing. You know. So that's I did a blog for about I don't know maybe about 6 months, and it was like work. Smoking that cigar, taking notes, trying to do these reviews, and I found out that I didn't like it because I wasn't enjoying the cigar when I was reviewing it, so I stopped doing it.
That's why I stopped doing reviews.
Yeah, you
It
don't
goes. It's
enjoy
too
it.
much thinking. You're
Exactly.
thinking about it, and you can't enjoy the actual cigar because you're sitting there thinking about what am I tasting? What is the notes?
Yeah. How's the burn?
Uh,
How's the construction? Is it? Yeah.
yeah,
It didn't make it enjoyable. And if I'm not going to do something I don't enjoy, especially when it comes to something like this that I enjoy so much.
yeah,
Yeah, no, not for me. And kudos to all those guys that do those reviews. Um, but that's just not for me.
yeah. I can't.
Well, you
I'm
can feel
with you.
free to review this one if you
Oh no,
want.
I'm gonna tell them if it's good or not. I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna do to him. But that's gonna be after though. I'm gonna
Mhm.
unbox it, show the cigar, then after I'm gonna let them know. Yeah,
There you go.
I used to do that too, and I used to be like, you know what? I don't like doing reviews. I just don't like it. Palates are different, so you might not taste what I taste. Another thing I realized because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I taste this, and I'm like, I don't taste
No taste.
it. So I'm like,
Listen,
you know what?
some people like their steak rare, other people like it, well, and a whole host in between. So,
Hmm.
not every cigar is for everybody. Doesn't mean that it's a bad cigar. It just means it's not for me. Now, if it falls
Just
apart, that's a whole different. That's a construction issue. That could be an issue. But if you light a cigar burns, it doesn't taste nasty, you know, then if you didn't like it, you didn't like it. It might not be for you. I can name a
yeah,
ton of cigars that we sell a ton of that don't hit my palate right. I don't particularly like them, but people do. So
yeah.
everybody's different.
But yeah, true, true. That's a true story. Now let me ask you, how far are you from Tom's River? I'm asking this because I'm going to an event with my buddies
Hmm.
uh in
We're
October.
about from Tom's River, probably about an hour north.
which I'm gonna make sure I make it because I'm gonna be there Friday night and then we not doing shit. So
Oh, okay.
make sure we make it up there. I like
Yeah.
to I
My
I
mother-in-law
like to
and
visit people.
father-in-law live in Tom's River, believe it or not.
Okay, yeah, I like to
Yeah.
visit people. I'm like, yeah, I'm out there, might as well go ahead and stop by. Plus, like I said, I like to shoot like video or take pictures of the lounge to show, put up to
Mhm.
show people how the lounge looking at thing.
Yeah.
Cause that's how I
Yeah,
do before I
you
go to a
guys will look,
lounge.
just, if you're coming up, let me know. Uh, we'll open up the members only lounge for you guys. You guys can check it out and hang out. It's nice, and because
Okay,
Fridays are usually busy, but there'll be plenty of seating in here.
okay. I know we're gonna be there Friday, Saturday, and half of Sunday. Cause
All right.
it's only a 3 hour trip for me, so it's gonna be a day trip. So
Sure.
so it's not that bad.
Hmm.
I just gotta get past that. I just got past that DC traffic, man. That is
That's
shitty.
brutal. That's brutal.
That is shitty. So once I
Every
get
time I've
past
ever
there,
driven down to Florida, you always plan around when am I going to hit DC when I leave at this time. So I want to make sure that I'm not hitting it. And even then, you hit it at 6 in the morning, you're still traffic. You hit it at 8 o'clock at night, there's still traffic. It's like,
you gonna catch it.
yeah,
You gonna catch it. I'm just what am I? An hour and a half from Richmond.
mm,
It took me 4 hours to get home.
good lord.
That's how bad the traffic was. I was like, oh my goodness, this is
Hmm.
terrible.
That's when
This
you
is
you
this is
you
the.
pray you got enough cigars to last you the trip.
That's why I take a couple of these.
Hmm.
Ain't nothing worse than trying to relight a cigar
Hmm.
when you driving,
You got
and
to
it ain't
cut
nothing
it, you
more
got to
annoying.
light it. I know.
Yeah, ain't nothing more annoying when you gotta look for the cigar when you're sitting in traffic. Like,
Hmm.
which one I want? Nah, I take a couple diggers or a couple lunatics. Maybe I then you grab some asylums.
Have you tried the pandemonium?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I,
Yeah, we
I
sell a
like them.
lot. Yeah, we sell a lot of those. Yeah.
I bought the I just bought the today actually. I bought the lockjaw sampler.
Ah, okay.
So I got that sitting and I'm waiting for them to get their mind together. So I'm gonna let them sit there for a little bit.
Hmm. Hmm.
So those are always my road trip cigars. Like when I'm going 3 or 4 hours, those are the ones I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
I only need this one. I can throw the regular ones in the travel humidor and pick up some while I'm down there.
that's it. Normal smoking. I'm usually Toro will be the biggest. 6.5 inches will be the longest that I usually do. But when I'm
Hmm.
going on a road trip, I'll pack up the Churchills and the Bigums.
Yeah, yeah. So when it comes to like so I know that y'all probably have events, so you probably met a few people or at least a few salespeople
Hmm.
in the industry. Like, do you ever sit down and
A
pick
lot.
their brains, like how you get
Oh
like
yeah.
not personal information, but you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I mean, we have brand owners that come into the shop all the time. One of the guys that I'd love to sit down with and just talk for 2 hours with is Jose Blanco, who's with Fuente
Yeah.
now. I've met him and that man is amazing because I can imagine how many thousands of people he meets. And I'm either special or he's really got one of those minds because he knows my name, he remembers who I am, he remembers where we met, he knows my son, and he has the whole and he always I saw him at the trade show. And he always calls me Captain because I retired as a captain. And he goes,
Hmm.
Captain, how are you, sir? I'm good. Goes, hey, how are you? But he's a wealth of knowledge, and you try. Listen, any day that goes by in life where you don't learn something new is a day you
Hmm.
waste.
Yeah.
I try to learn as much as I can every day, and I talk to brand owners and I talk to the reps and um, both for information for the store and information for me for future reference for the cigar brand itself.
Hmm. That's what my dad used to say. You got to try every day. You got to try to learn something new.
Hmm.
If you're not learning, you're not growing.
Yes, sir.
So that is a true statement right there. And words of wisdom. See, I do give y'all words of wisdom. There you go.
That's your
outside of the
tidbit for the
smoking,
day.
outside of the smoking and the drinking, it is moments of clarity. I want y'all to know
Yes,
that.
indeed. A lot of them happen while you're on the toilet.
Exactly. I do my
Some of
best
the
thinking.
best
I get a
ideas.
lot of
That's
ideas.
it. Everybody leaves you alone.
A lot of ideas. A lot of ideas.
Hmm.
So I keep my phone on me so I can just record the idea. Sometimes I just forget. Um, so so you met all these connections and everything, and you got your own cigar. Here's my question, because this is what I wonder: is it hard for you when they come in not to be like, let me hoard a box and a half or two?
Now you talk about my cigars, or you talk about
Yeah,
the shop itself. My
your
cigars.
cigars, your cigars.
All right, I'm gonna quote one of my favorite movies. Don't get high on your own supply.
That's true. It's true.
Unfortunately, as you can see right now, I don't listen much.
Because
My
I'm
my
pretty sure you made that according to your palate. So you're gonna love the stick, and you like,
mhm.
I love the stick.
My favorite part is when we're testing it to see, is this the blend we're gonna go with?
Mm,
Um, because then I get free reign, and the other thing that I do is I like to give it to people that I know that come into the shop that have good palates, that they get it. You know what I'm saying? It's not the
mm,
guy that just he'll smoke anything you give him. I want to give these cigars to people that are going to say, hey, it was good, but and I tell them, please be brutally honest with me, because if you're not, and I spend all this money and put this stuff, and the cigar is crap and nobody buys it, you're hurting me. So hurt my
mm.
feelings first rather than my pocketbook. Tell me, no, this
Yeah,
cigar, don't put it out. This cigar, don't do it for me. Or this cigar is great, because like everything else, you can't put out everything that just I'm gonna like.
mm.
We're working on a Connecticut. I'm not a big Connecticut smoker, but this
I'm not
Connecticut
either.
happens to have some flavor and a little strength to it. And I've
Mm,
given it to a few people, and they go, "Wow, that's a really nice Connecticut." But as far as I'm concerned, we could never put out a Connecticut, and it'd be great, but I'd be alienating a ton of people that don't like heavier cigars, Maduro cigars. So you got to kind of like try to satisfy more groups of people, more
yeah,
than just what I would like.
yeah. And see, I don't want to say I don't like. I do smoke some Connecticut's. There's some good Connecticut's out there, but I tend to go for the Maduro first.
Hmm. Absolutely, yeah. You're gonna like
Like
this smoke. You're
so
gonna
I
like
know
this.
me and my buddy, we was talking about that last night on live. We was like, yeah, we do smoke. We smoke Connecticut's, but it's just we just go to Maduros.
Hmm.
So I'm more attracted to Maduros. But I'd smoke I won't say anything. I'm not a cigar snob. I'm not one of them guys gonna be like, oh, I don't smoke that. Or you smoke what the fuck you like. I don't care. But I'm not gonna sit there and if you're smoking the acid, hey bitch boy, you smoking the acid. Like I'm not that type of guy. I
Oh,
got buddies that do that though. I do
oh,
have buddies
absolutely.
that do
Yeah, we
that.
got, we got a whole. Dan, let me tell you something. This is not the place you want to go sit down in the cigar lounge on a Friday night and light up an acid. You better have thick skin, bro. You better have thick skin, because hey, when you gonna smoke a man cigar? Did you get that in the
Yeah.
women's section? Hey, what are you doing with the kitties? Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
brutal sometimes, but guys get it, and there's one
Yeah.
guy. Hey guys, I'm lighting an acid, and everybody goes, oh no, here we go again, because he knows it's coming, so he just announces it so everybody knows it can start.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie though. Acid has done a lot for the industry because a lot of people I talk to, they started off with the acid.
Hmm.
Then they was like, oh, you know what? Maybe it opened them up to it, and then they was like, oh, maybe it's more out there, and then they started getting
That's
into
still their number one selling cigar. And
yeah,
we do a lot of motorcycle events, man. And you got
mm,
these guys, they're big, all tatted up with their leather on. We got a whole
mm.
table full of cigars. What do they pick up? They go to the Acid. They go to Fat Bottom Betty, Sweet Jane. I'm just sitting back there shaking my head like, man, I would have
I ain't
never
gonna
thought.
lie. I will smoke a fat bottom Betty and a sweet Jane.
Oh,
I will.
hey, man. Acid is either it's a love or hate. You either love it or you hate it, because
Yeah.
it's so different than anything that we're used to. Whereas, the Sweet Jane and the Fat Bottom Betties, they're more like a traditional infusion. It's
Mm,
flavors that you know what it is. Whereas acid is, as my wife describes it, potpourri. It's like smoking potpourri. So you're either
exactly.
gonna love it or
Exactly.
you're gonna hate it. But the other stuff is, it's different. It's more recognizable, I guess, to your palate and your smell, so you can kind of like deal with it. Like a Java. Man, let me tell
Mm.
you something. Java mint. You like chocolate with a little mint, oh my God, that is, fantastic. And you can't
I do
keep it in
like those.
stock. Yeah,
I like those and tobaccs. The tobaccs, I like those too.
that's another one. Yeah.
I like the nub coffee editions too. The nubs be
Hmm.
good. I like the nubs because I could smoke them at work and then smoke them for a lunch break and they be done.
Yep. Have you tried the
So
Paper Boy yet from Artista Cigars?
no, I haven't tried that. I don't think
Yeah,
we
so
got that here actually. I'm about to
Artista
look and see.
makes the Big Poppy, obviously, and
That's a
then they
good
have
one.
they have a budget cigar called the Buffalo 10 that
Oh,
with thirty
we
percent
don't
tax and
have that at my lounge, but I have saw that.
yep, with 30% tax here in Jersey, I think we sell them for 6.75. And I'll
Uh,
be honest with you, at $10 a stick, I'd buy it. It's for the price, it's fantastic. And then they just came out with this little shorty. It's a 4x44. It's called the Paper Boy. It's wrapped in newspaper. They come in Maduro and natural. It's about a
okay.
20-minute smoke. Man, let me tell you something. $3 and change a stick. Man, killer.
Okay. I'm gonna try that. And I am looking for that buffalo. They might have it at the other lounge. I know they don't have it at the lounge right next to me, but they might
Mm,
have it at the other lounge not too far from me. So I'm gonna go try because I see a lot of people with it.
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I want to try that. Let me try that. I'm gonna start looking
Mhm.
for that. So, and that's another good question. So, what is your favorite budget cigar?
My favorite budget cigar would probably be the Buffalo 10 Maduro.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Buffalo 10 Maduro is again, it used to be $5 was my like hard point limit, but now with all the price increases this year and everything going up, I kind of like raised that a little bit. So I'd say if you said, listen, you got $10 in your pocket and you wanna buy a soda and some chips, what are you gonna get? It would be a Buffalo 10.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to try that. I'm gonna try that.
Mm,
I do like the factory smokes, and I love it for the fact that all the people who don't smoke cigars who want to borrow cigars from me, they smoke those. And if you don't like them and you throw them down, I don't give a shit. It was
yeah.
$2.50, $3.
So yeah, let's under $5 a stick. Factory
Mm.
smokes is probably the best thing out there. I mean, and we have a few. Um, Another good budget price cigar is the McAuliffe Torcedores, and
I
you
had
can
one
get
of
it.
those.
Yeah, you can
I ain't
get
seen
it
it
in
yet.
in a Bellicoso or a Churchill, and again, it's right around that $6 range.
I
Same
saw
thing.
that once.
If that cigar was $10, I'd still buy it. It's a damn good cigar for the price.
Yeah, yeah. I think I only saw that once.
Hmm.
And I haven't seen it since. I was at a cigar lounge in PA. This first time I saw it, I was like, let me try this. And I liked it. I haven't saw it since.
That's McAuliffe's way of getting people to try their brand, because you're going to try that one, and then you're going to come back and you say, "Let me get one of them." And what else do they have? And
Mm,
that cigar brand has something for everybody, because they have cigars like the Torcedores, which are around $6, and
mm.
they have their Reserva, which is the one Al McAuliffe smokes, which is like $50, and they have everything in between. So it's something for every palate and every budget, because they have their Grande Bold line is ridiculous. It has all kinds of different, the Amatafina, Nicaragua, Lajero, this, that, the other thing. So there's something for everybody in that line. They have a Connecticut's. You could, if you can't find something in the McAuliffe line that you like, I don't
Uh-huh.
know what I don't know, because they have a little bit for everybody.
Yeah, like I said, I tried that one, and that month I went back and I couldn't see it no more. They might. I know they have it at the other cigar lounge I go to. I know. And my problem is if I try it and I like it, I still try another cigar. I'm gonna come back to it eventually, but
Mm,
I'm always like trying a new cigar to see if I like it, to see if it works
yeah,
for me. So that
yeah, no.
it takes me a while
Why
to get back.
why smoke the same thing? 2 days
Yeah,
in a row. You're not going to go to a Chinese restaurant and order chicken with broccoli 2 days in a row.
yeah. I guess they just had that my father was it Labouge.
The
I can't
100 year,
stand
the
it.
Cien
Yeah,
años,
the
Le Bijou,
the hundred
the Le Bijou.
the hundred yeah the
Dude, that
100
shit's
year.
fire. That shit's fire. Fire.
That was a great stick. I would have
Give
bought
that
it.
cigar about 6 months. Oh my god, that cigar is going to be. It blew my mind, man. I smoked the Corona Extra, the smaller of the two ring gauges,
Uh,
and man, it starts out like Mike Tyson in the first round, and then it
and
goes to Sugar Ray Leonard, and then
I
it
threw in
just
it. I threw it in my humidor. I was like, yo, I gotta hold this one, and I got
mm,
it. It especially made my buddy mad, which I was really happy for. He's like, oh, you got the regular one? I said, no, sir. I put the
mm.
little bottom band up. He's like, son of a bitch.
It's funny you mentioned that cigar because I just texted our rep. I was like, "Yo, you got any more of those?" And he goes, "Let me check." He texts me back, all gone. I was like, "Damn!"
Oh
So
yeah, them
that's
things
it,
going fast.
sold out. You can't get any more from my father. So whatever's out there is out there. You better get them now.
Yeah, it's a limited edition. I think I got two extra, and I threw in the humidor. And if they're still there tomorrow, I'm gonna grab another one, and
Mm.
I'm gonna tuck it away. And I might, you know what? I might be generous, and I might have it for a giveaway. I might be generous and give one away.
There you go.
I might be generous. Whenever y'all, so when y'all, because whenever we drop this episode, y'all gonna see this. Be like, oh my goodness, I said might. I said might, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
don't you don't you get happy?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. No, that's why
Well,
I
I'll
make
tell you
sure I
what.
put might.
Let's do a twofer. You know,
Okay.
being that this is the first podcast that I'm on,
Uh-huh.
I'll do a 5 pack of whatever when you decide to do it, whatever
Uh-huh.
release happens to be out at that time. I'll ship out a 5 pack for them
Okay. Okay. So we're
as
going
a giveaway.
because we already got our giveaway for this month. So yeah, we can do that for the next.
All right.
Oh, we definitely do that. That's good looking. Good looking right there. Um, like I said, I got some people I'm gonna put you in contact with that I love to talk to. Um, so I think that's it for me, man.
Cool.
That
Um,
is it.
the other project that's coming out, the Skinny Dip, hopefully
Uh,
end of September, beginning of October, and I might do a double release because I got this Habano that I've been sitting on for a little bit,
uh,
and it's a really nice Toro, and I have a Robusto. I don't have that many of the Robustos though, but the Toro is that's my size right there, and it's really really nice. And I think it'll be the first release that we do two different. We're gonna do the Maduro Lancero and maybe the Habano Toro, which is gonna be called the SPF 100.
okay.
And when you check out the Instagram page, you see the little guy there with the little soul
Yeah.
patch on there and the rubber ducky. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, he's going to be featured. He's our mascot, shall we say? So he'll be featured on most of the Orphan Smoke series
Yeah.
cigars and all that shit.
I saw the pack with them on there. I was like, that's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah, yeah.
I,
Robert
I
Call.
saw.
Listen, one of the things I shout out to Robert Caldwell, man. Um, the rep in our area, Robert Caldwell happened to be in the area, and the rep told him, "Hey, yeah, one of our guys is doing like these packs like you do, with the lost and found stuff, And he was like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah, Main Street." He says, "Oh, we were just there. Yeah, let's go by there." So he actually made the rep bring him down here before they went to an event, and he came to my launch, and I got a picture of him with the big rubber duck out in front of the store. And I tell you what, I said,
So
he comes in, he goes, "I hear you're imitating me." I go, "Yeah, man. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Flattery." And he looks at it. He goes, "I like it." He goes, "They're a pain in the ass to make those packs, aren't they?" I said, "Damn sure." And he showed me a trick on how to do it and doing it easier. And yeah, he's super supportive, great guy. That meant a
that's
lot
so
to me to have Robert Caldwell come here for my little cigar launch.
okay. So before we get out of here, tell the people where to reach you at.
So our website, which is matter of fact, I got a Zoom call today to revamp our website. It's exilecigars.com and Facebook page and Instagram, all the same, exilecigars.com.
Okay. All
Come
right. Well,
check
it's
us
been
out. Thank
a
you, sir.
pleasure
I
talking to
appreciate
you.
it.
Everybody, as always, remember to blow your smoke like a goddamn gentleman.
Yeah,
And I'm
clean
out.
up after yourself. Peace.